Well, Jim, a 0-0 draw today. Is that the playoffs gone, do you think?
I don't know the other results, but yeah, it felt like a 0-0 defeat. You know, bottom line is that draws are only 1 point better than a loss, 2 points short of a win. So we've got into a very good mentality for being unbeaten and not losing and being strong and solid, if you like. But we've lost the quality and the ruthlessness to go and win games.
I mean, from open play, chances created were very, very low today. What do you put that down to?
It's not a particularly good pitch, so the lads will use that as an excuse. I thought we never really broke the back four with any quality balls forward, with any quality balls combination play. And then when you look at your set plays, that's where you might be able to do a bit of quality, because the ball's sat still on a bit of a tough to grasp, but even there. So we can't blame the pitch for the quality of the set plays. So I just think that there was just not a strong enough mentality when we were in positions to deliver quality or deliver balls into boxes or to do things right, to actually execute it properly.
I know there are not many positives today, Jim, but in terms of some of the big calls you made before the game, defensively, the selection of Ian Ormson, selection of Max Cartwright, you'd be pleased with those two?
Yeah, like I said, you know, got great respect for Ian. He's waited patiently. He's probably been a bit disappointed that he's come in twice for somebody going away for work and done well and then not be considered. And I've given him an opportunity. I have a lot of confidence in him. And I think he did really well today. Shot stopping was good. I thought the other aspects which go unnoticed were goalkeepers in terms of distribution, supporting the defence, talking to people. I thought that definitely Ian and Max gave us that little bit more solidity.
Going forward, you made a change later on where you took Josh Amis off and brought Harry Brazil on. You've left Sefton on the bench today. Tell us your thinking just going through that process.
Well, look at Sefton coming off the bench on Friday and he did nothing. I think we needed a little bit more energy in terms of pickups. We only need one player to penetrate, whether that be Josh. I mean, we start the second half with the mentality of trying to use Josh as the penetrator, Kay as the platform, get the two lads, Jimmy Ball and Danny, playing around into them or playing in those pockets and let the fullbacks go. But the first point of reference was poor. We didn't put balls in behind for Josh. Everything was kicked to the keeper. We didn't really give Kay anything to be a platform for the wingers. The wingers didn't roll inside. They kept setting it back and the ball was being whacked over the top. So you can set teams out tactically, but if they haven't got the techniques to execute patterns of play, I just thought Josh was laboured. And when you start getting a centre forward who's your main penetrator being offside too often or a yard off the pace, then there's no point playing him down there. So I wanted to use Jimmy Ball there, but he kept having the mentality of dropping back in the midfield line. You're asking Danny Lloyd to play up there and try and play off the last defender and get us a goal, and looked a bit threatening, but still serious lack of quality from all of them, really.
Were you hamstrung by injuries a little bit today? Obviously Sam's still missing, Connor Hampson missing as well. Has that affected it today? Chris Smalley, a lot of absentees today. Yeah,
it's a very, very critical. I mean, we had this when we were. I remember going back to when we had the 9 in a row team, and you're thinking you're going into the window, thinking we've got a fantastic team, we're flying, and then all of a sudden then Ashley Williams does his hamstring, somebody else. I think Michael Rose did his cruciate, and Rob Clare, so you lost 3 of your back 4, you start losing your midfielder, Dickinson gets suspended. You know, final game of the season, second last game, Jason Taylor breaks a metatarsal, so and you end up playing at Wembley with maybe 4 or 5 players that maybe on a given day wouldn't play. So that's where you do need a strength in the squad. But yeah, it's a bit disappointing to have. You could put the other ones down to fatigue, really, in the sense of stress. I'm not sure how the stress fracture was occurred, whether it was a bang or a combination of both impact and stress. Sam Minahan and Connors are probably to do with games and physical conditioning over the course of a season. So it's been a long, hard season. You've got to remember these are part-time players and they put a massive effort in. And you know, some players are going to run out of steam and maybe overstretch themselves. So, but like I said, Ian's come in, Max has come in, Courtney stepped in, even Harry Brazil got a run out today. So Josh has had a couple of starts, Kay's had a couple of starts. So, because if we were in the playoffs, we do want to make sure that we've got players who are all fit and fresh, or you know, to spread it around. And I don't think the injuries or the changes today were the reason why we didn't score. You know, we've got Kay on, we've got Josh on, we've got Daniel on, we've got Jimmy Ball, we've got our first choice left foot technician, our first choice right foot technician. But like I said, sometimes with 4 attackers we don't seem as potent as when we play with 3, because we don't seem to have the second phase build up or the width from the fullbacks, and maybe that's something we're missing in terms of the quality from both fullbacks in terms of their distribution. You know, that's, we know with Connor and Sam out, but that's no disrespect to Rossi and Scott. It's not their strengths. But no, I just think there was today was nothing about injuries. Can't even make the excuse of the pitch. It was just down to a lack of quality in the final third.
Did the pitch do for Harry Winter? He came off with a nasty knee injury.
I don't know. There was a kind of blocked challenge, and then he kind of got caught on the ball. I think probably his knee's been pushed to open up the inside, the medial. It looks like a grade 1 on that, so he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. You know, we can't really afford to carry a massive squad, or even a squad with a lot of depth of quality. So you know, we've brought Harry in. The injuries could affect us, but like I said, you know, we've got to give a little bit of respect to the likes of Gainsborough. You know, even Telford 5-4-1, 5-3-2, working their set plays, and you know, today Worcester had as many chances as us. Worked Ian Ormston probably more than we worked Vaughan. So they're fighting for their lives. They've got themselves organised. They work really hard. They play with a touch more quality back to front, and like I said, they'll be happy they got a point and probably deserved it.
Having said all of that, if Scott Duxbury's shot is just, you know, 3 or 4 inches lower, we're having a very different conversation, you and I, aren't we?
Yeah, but it doesn't hide. It's like us getting a goal. You know, if we'd, I don't know, there's other chances we've had in previous games. If Danny Lloyd gets the free kick on target, if the bottom line is that on the course of the game, we've got players with the. My criticism on Friday was that when we were in shooting positions in the first half, there was no one not put on target, and then when we got into crossing positions second half, we weren't hitting the areas. If you don't do that, you're not going to get consistent pressure on the goalkeeper or the goal area. You're not going to ask a lot of questions, and I think again that would have been out of the blue, a bit of magic from Scott. But like I said, I just don't think that overall there was enough quality, and even if that one went in, I'd be going away disappointed, because I don't think we're playing well or well equipped to see the season out in style and be confident going into the playoffs. So I don't really care about the results. We've just got to dust ourselves down, and we've had a great season. Lads have worked really hard, and but the same things that perhaps caught us out, a little bit of lack of depth, a little bit of lack of quality front, has come home to roost today. Having
said all that, as well, do you go into it now maybe with a little bit of freedom and say, let's just go for 6 points and hope for a miracle elsewhere? Is that the message now?
No, I think our mentality's always been to go and win games, and it's frustrating for me when you've got 20 minutes to go in this game, and I'm getting hoarse telling people to play higher, get up against people, go man for man. You know, I'm having to shout constantly at Jimmy Ball and Danny Lloyd and Harry Brazil and Mark Ross to get 10 yards, 15 yards higher and put a bit of pressure on them. Players got to understand that it's 0-0 and you might as well go broke. We did it quite well at the start of the season, but at the moment we don't seem to be able to. Maybe it's fatigue, maybe it's a lack of stamina over a period of time, but there was some really strong performances, don't get me wrong. Lewis Montrose again, but I just think that there was, you know, we kind of de-energised ourselves, because when we were in opportunities to do something, you could see heads going down, and I don't think the only person I could see out there talking and raising his arms and trying to G people up was Lewis Montrose. So that's the leadership we want at this stage, and that's the quality that he shows in terms of both his performance and his influence on the team. But I'm tired and hoarse from having to tell other people to get other people working, get other people doing things with quality, and I think the team has to take responsibility for each other.
Straight and day, Jim. Thanks for your time.
Yep.